what is happening with this packaging? Isn't this so weird? Right? Like, let me know in the comment section below if you think this packaging and this cover right here for these highlighters, it's just, what? The funny thing is, the first time I saw this highlighter pop up on social media, I instantly thought the brand is trying to create this image where they're saying that Huda here is perhaps a saint or a deity that should be worshipped, revered, glorified. And then I thought perhaps that wasn't their intention, because I think that's just going too far. So I think what's happening here is that they're trying to say that Huda is a goddess and that she is emanating all this light, all this glow, and that is what you're going to get. You're going to get a beaming highlighter. Regardless, I think this packaging is super creepy. Like, let me know in the comment section below if you feel the same way, because I am very put off by this packaging. Now, apart from the packaging, let's get into this review. Now, I want to show you the swatches first, just before I get into my review. By the way, if you see that my under eye circles are looking especially evident today, is because I'm just trying the new corrector and it's not that pigmented, which is why some of that darkness is showing through. But yeah, that's all good. From the swatches, you can see that these are really intense highlights. Like, you can see they are super pigmented. That could be a good thing or a bad thing depending on what type of highlighters you like, right? So just know they are very pigmented, they are intense. Now, unfortunately, they are not very finely milled. If you see the comparison with some of my other favorite highlighters, the Dior, the MAC, the Charlotte Tilbury, all of those highlighters are far more finely milled than the Huda Beauty. When I dip my finger in there, they do feel creamy and you can see there's a lot of payoff there. However, when you apply them on the skin, they deposit like a powder. They don't really melt into the skin. They just kind of stay on top, and then you have to work really hard to buff them out and to try to make them melt into the skin. So I really don't like that. And unfortunately, the biggest problem I have with these highlighters is that they enhance texture. If you have any kind of texture on your face, you are going to be in some trouble with these, because not only are they super pigmented, and the problem with very pigmented highlighters is that they're not forgiving, especially on texture. That texture will really pop, and this is what these do. Like, I have some cheek texture. I don't have a lot of texture, but I do have some, and these ones just enhance that texture, and I don't like the way they sit on top of the skin. So I'll show you what that looks like in the demo so you can see exactly how they apply and what they look like on top of my cheek texture. Why don't we move to that right now? So I do think they are pretty shades. Like, all of these 4 highlighters, obviously I got the shade medium. All these 4 shades I can wear. They look really pretty in terms of the shade, not the texture, but the shade looks really nice. I can wear all 4 of these, no issues with the shade selection. My only issue is that the quality of these is just not there. I don't really care how much these cost. I know they don't cost a lot. They're pretty reasonable that you're getting, 4 shades for this price, but they're still not good quality. And I'm not really happy on an everyday basis picking this up and applying this to my cheek, especially when I have such amazing highlighters. For example, highly recommend that instead you invest your money in something like Dior highlighters. These are the full single size Dior highlighters, and they're beautiful. They're buttery and they're smooth while also being quite shimmery. Great formula from Dior. And then we have Charlotte Tilbury, a beautiful formula from Charlotte Tilbury. This is their Magic Star highlighter. I've done a whole video on this. It's that amazing, so go check that out. If I recommend you want to buy a highlighter, like don't even bother with this. Get the Charlotte Tilbury. It's beautiful, and this is a type of highlighter that gives you that really beaming, that glossy highlight. Check it out. Check out the video and the demo I did with this. Then we have my MAC highlighter. This is the shade Oh Darling. This is the extra dimension highlighter. This is another very strong beaming highlighter, but it applies very smooth and it's beautiful. And guess what? The Charlotte Tilbury highlighter is made in Italy. The Dior highlighters are made in Italy. The MAC highlighter is made in Italy. And one of my top favorite highlighters, which are the Nars highlighters, which I feel like nobody ever talks about, these are also made in Italy. By the way, these highlighters are in no way comparable to the Huda, because these are very soft, very natural looking highlighters. They don't look super shimmery on the skin. They are exceptional. They really are. So all of these highlighters that I own, that I love to death, are made in Italy. Now, Huda Beauty's, unfortunately, is made in China, and I think that makes a difference. I have found that normally powders that are made in Italy just tend to perform better than, well, made in China products, right? They just tend to. I don't know what is it that Italians do, but they do something to these powder products that every single time they just apply so beautifully to the skin, and there's a reason why so many powder products are actually made in it. So unfortunately, this is a letdown. I wish I can return this, but I can't. Like the Sephora here doesn't really have good return policy. It's only if I'm allergic to this formula or something like that I can return it. If I don't like it, unfortunately, I can't return it. So I'm kind of stuck with this, but I'm hoping that I'm at least going to prevent some of you from buying this palette. I will say that if you're someone that has baby smooth skin, you don't have any texture, and you are looking for very strong highlighters that are reasonably priced, then I think this is a good palette for you, because you are getting 4 shades, you are getting highlighters that have a lot of intensity, and if you have baby smooth skin, it doesn't really matter. So in that scenario, I would say yes, pick it up. But if you have texture, don't even think about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm, and I will see you guys in my next video. See ya.